Hey math kids, I just thought I'd make a quick video and teach you how to graph things on Desmos, just in case you started your assignment and didn't know how to do it. So we go to desmos.com right here, and we just click on this graphing calculator button. Okay, this is where we enter the equation. So I'm not going to do the exact problems off your homework, but very similar ones. Okay, so the first one I want to graph is y equals 3x. That one's pretty straightforward. Just type y equals 3x. Now, something cool about Desmos is if your equation is solved for y, it assumes that. And so if I just do 3x or y equals 3x, we can see that the red and the blue lines are the same. Now, if you ever want to graph a bunch of stuff but turn it on and off, you can just click these circles on the left, and that's how we can do it. Alright, I'm going to graph one similar to the next one. Okay, so we'll do 4x squared. Now, the way that I get this exponent, the way that I make it jump up is I hold shift and then hit 6. And so that's, it's like this thing. This caret symbol right here is what is actually being typed, but that's a shortcut to jump us up here to get the squared. So once again, I'm going to hold shift, hit 6, jumps me up to an exponent, and then I just hit 2. Okay, now we have a parabola right there with 4x squared. Okay, the next thing I'm going to graph is, let's see, 3x. Once again, I'm shift 6, which creates that caret. And then I'm going to hit right to get it out of there, because if I keep it up there, it's going to do more exponent stuff. I don't want that. So now I'm going to go plus 4x minus 5. So that also gives us a parabola, but it's been moved around, stretched, and a few other things. So we get this purple curve. The next thing, if we want to do a square root symbol, we do, so it's still just y equals. The shortcut is SQRT for square root, so SQR, and then once I hit the T, it's going to turn into a square root symbol. So SQRT on that one. If you like it better, you can come down here and use these. You can just click this square root button. It does the same thing. Okay. Same thing with the exponents. You could use this a to the b, or if you just want to square it, you could do this a squared. Actually, I'll do the previous one the same way, 3x, and then if I just want to square it, I can hit that button, or I could do this, jumps it up, and then I hit 2. Okay. Alright, I'll take that back. Okay, let's go back to that square root. So I hit my square root button, or I say SQRT, and then I just put whatever's in there. Okay. This black one is the square root. Okay, I'm going to get rid of some of these. Turn that one off. Okay, now what if we want to create a fraction? Let's see, I don't see if there's anything down here to do it. Okay, so I think the only way to do it is I use parentheses. So I type whatever I want on the top. So I'm going to say something like x squared minus 5x minus 1. End my parenthesis. Then I hit divided by, or the backslash button. So that button. And then it puts me on the bottom. And then I do the same thing on the bottom. I put parentheses around what I want on the bottom. And then both of these red curves represent this function. Now we're not going to get into why yet, We will discuss this. These are called rational functions, and we will discuss that later in the class. But for now, we just want to know how to graph them. Okay, turn that off. Now, we're going to use the same functionality, but if we had 3x, and then we wanted to raise it to a fraction, so I could hit this button, or I could use the caret, shift caret, and then we go through kind of the same process. So I just want this to be 1/3, so I'm just going to say 1\3, and that gave me the exponent of 1/3. Notice that I didn't set this equal to y. Once again, if I do, it gives me the same thing. Okay. Sometimes equations are not solved for y, and you can still graph them in Desmos, but you'll need to make sure that you type everything on the left and the right side of the equal sign to make it do what you want it to do. This next one is not actually on your homework, but it might be a good function to know. Absolute value. I think on here you can do ABS. Yeah. So you could say y equals ABS. That just means absolute value. Or you could say y equals bar x bar, same thing. Or you could use the things down here, y equals absolute value x, and then you hit the bar again. Okay, so it doesn't matter which one you do, green, purple, black, they're all just that V shape, and they're the same thing. So shortcut, if you just want to do all with typing, ABS, or you can actually type these bars. You can see I have those. It's on the same button as the / as this. You just hit shift, changes it. Okay, if you have additional questions, please come to Math Lab. Until then, calculator.